Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If you can hear me, raise your hand. Oh, look at all those good students. Thank you. So my name is Christine Fox, and I am the Deputy Executive Director with Setda, and I'm pleased to be a part of our Student Voices panel today. Earlier this fall, Setda members participated in a book talk about the innovator's mindset. They talked about educational opportunities that are not just empowering or engaging, but where learning opportunities were transformed. And we've heard a lot about that today when we talk about personalized learning, both in rural and urban schools. It's not whether or not school is different, but whether we're going to lead the charge and be successful. During those discussions, we talked about whether schools wanted to be the now defunct Blockbuster, or perhaps the innovative Starbucks, always moving and changing with the times. And we hope that today is an inspiration for you to help make those schools in your states and with the clients that you work with and the organizations that you lead more successful and innovative on an ongoing basis. As we talk about personalized learning, though, it's not just about the teachers and the professional development they need, but it's also about policies. Earlier this month, you'll see on your tables, Setda released a series of procurement case studies. Now, you might think, oh, procurement, not the most exciting topic. But state leadership around policies and practices really drives that innovation, offers opportunities for personalization. Access to digital learning instructional materials is critical. And these policy case studies are available. We encourage you to distribute them to hear about how 4 states have really led the charge in showing leadership. Whether they're local control or they have adoption policies, they are truly providing leadership so that those schools can be innovative. As a former ESOL teacher and a teacher of migrant students in Belgrade, Florida, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Lisa Ramírez. Dr. Ramírez is a Deputy Assistant Secretary in the Office of Elementary and Secondary Education at the U.S. Department of Education. She is a former classroom teacher and administrator. She started the first charter school in Lubbock, Texas, and she joined the U.S. Department of Education in 2006 to lead discretionary grant funds and then moved to the Director of Migrant Office. She is also the daughter of migrant workers, and she put herself through school through the GI Bill. So it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ramírez, and you can hear more from the U.S. Department of Education.
Thank you so much. Please, if you have not enjoyed your dessert, please do so. I'm seeing a lot of extra desserts there. Too tempting. So is it okay if I move this a little? Yep, okay. So, once again, I want to thank you for allowing me to step in. As you know, we have had several different things happening across the world, actually. And so Jason Botel is currently in the Virgin Islands and is doing some work there and will be in Puerto Rico later this week. And so I get the pleasure of being here with you today, so yay for me, because I'm actually very excited. As I walked in, I asked the young people that are now up here if they were excited, and how did y'all answer? How did you answer? Yes, yes. So I hope everybody's that excited every single day. On behalf of Secretary DeVos and the U.S. Department of Education, I want to thank the members of Setda, the State Educational Technology Directors Association, and all the public, private sector, and nonprofit partners in the room. I thank you for taking the lead in harnessing technology's incredible potential to enrich student learning and to improve student outcomes. Your work is key to achieving equity and excellence for every student in America. This mission is nothing short of revolutionary, and we need a revolution in order to equip all students for the incredible challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Most of all, a very warm welcome and congratulations to the students from Mountain Heights Academy, because you are the guest of honor today. Congratulations on winning the 2017 Student Voices Award and the Elsie Birnbach Scholarship, which has made it possible for you to share your experiences and ideas with us in person today. Once again this year, all of the nominees were impressive, and Mountain Heights joins a very select group of winners. So you should be very proud. In fact, you and the countless students like you across America are the real reason why the rest of us do the work that we do each and every day. Your unlimited potential and your unique gifts and all the ideas and solutions you'll bring to the world are the reason we're so passionate about the cause of education. Because we want as much time as possible in this session to hear from you. I will keep it brief, but I do want to share some thoughts about why these honors are so well deserved and about the example that you're setting for us here in America, and then we'll start the Student Voices panel. A wise man once said, "You cannot teach today the same way you did yesterday to prepare students for tomorrow." That's a quote from John Dewey, a great educator of the last century, who still has powerful lessons for us here and now. This morning, we are hosting a Parent Camp USA at the agency, so I've been with all of those parents this morning. And so they too reminded me how this is such an accurate response, because not only are our students learning in a different way, we as parents are really challenged to be open to that and thinking about the way we can insert ourselves in their trajectory and in their journey. I think you'll all agree that at Mountain Heights Academy, education definitely does not look the same way it once did in America. You've got bold new ways of learning suited for the students of today. I think you'd also agree that how you're learning, as well as what you're learning, is indeed preparing you for the success of tomorrow. I'll note a few things that strike me about your experience, and yes, I did watch your video, in case you're wondering. Yes. I'm especially excited about the way your school engages you and empowers you as partners and co-leaders in the learning process. This morning at the parent meeting, we were talking about the role of the student in their learning and how many times do we actually engage in a conversation with them about their learning. Mountain Heights engages students in choosing which courses to take and developing and personalizing those courses. You help to create and select content in partnership with your teachers, and this mode of learning is personalized, self-directed, and student-centered. This mode of learning gives you real ownership and helps you become strong critical thinkers, the kind of thinkers and doers that our times demand. But you also have support from experienced teachers, and those are their teachers right here. You all raise your hands right there. They're like, great. And these teachers are the people that build the school's unique curriculum by combining open source content and their own content and materials tied to college and career ready standards. Your school makes these materials available to educators and students across Utah, throughout the country, and around the world. And that's a huge benefit to others who want to succeed as you have. For those who really want to accelerate their progress, partnerships with Weber State University and Salt Lake City Community College let students earn high school and college credits at the same time with several choices of setting. You're showing that an online model doesn't preclude rich interaction with teachers, as well as opportunities like leadership development, service learning, and extracurriculars like clubs and field trips. FYI, I was quite impressed with the service learning aspect of what you're doing. And you're getting results of this tuition-free public charter school, from honors for the school, students and faculty, to strong overall performance and completion. For these and for many other reasons, you've been selected for this award, and you're an inspiration and you're proof of what can actually be accomplished. More and more nationwide, schools like Mountain Heights, students like you, and teachers and families like yours are embracing the challenge of designing a world-class 21st century education, delivering it to all students. Now, why is your example so important to the White House and to our department specifically? Well, Secretary DeVos has issued a clear challenge for all of us. All students need and deserve an education that unlocks their extraordinary potential. And the Secretary knows that because every student is unique, every student's strengths, needs, and ways of learning are different. That's why she's such a strong champion for state and local efforts to provide the widest number of quality options for every family and every child. She has challenged our department to empower districts, principals, teachers, and parents to personalize instruction so that the individual needs of each student are met. She also knows that those closest to the problem are the best equipped to solve it. That means local stakeholders, principals and teachers, and the families and communities that they serve need the greatest possible discretion over the public dollars this nation invests in students with the least possible amount of red tape and bureaucratic burden. The Secretary has said, it is time to unleash a new era of creativity into education, and that's just what you're doing in Utah. As the state leaders and partners in this room know, one important tool we have to leverage technology to improve student learning is the Every Student Succeeds Act, which many of you may know as ESSA or ESSA. This new law includes a number of key provisions like the Student Support and Academic Enrichment Program. This program enables states, districts, and schools to tailor investments to students' unique needs. It can fund efforts to boost the effective use of technology to improve digital literacy and promote academic growth and achievement for all students. In addition, the President's vision to rebuild America's infrastructure includes plans to increase broadband internet access nationwide, and especially in rural areas. One of the posts that I had prior to this position was not just the director of the Office of Migrant Ed, but also I was the director of the Office of School Support and Rural Programs. So looking at the 4,200 rural schools in the country that are still in need of broadband and internet access is very, very critical. So that is definitely something that we continue to discuss. In addition to that, thinking of all of the islands that are also part of our responsibility and what that looks like for them in having access. Another important resource is the National Education Technology Plan, and that's a plan developed with broad-based input to help a wide range of partners make the most strategic use of technology for learning. The plan includes many real-world examples and recommendations, and it's a living document being regularly updated by my outstanding colleagues in the Office of Educational Technology. Not surprisingly, its 5 goals, learning, teaching, leadership, assessment, and infrastructure, are reflected in the innovative aspects of the Mountain Heights Academy experience. For instance, the plan suggests ways that technology can create richer, more engaging, and relevant education experiences for all students from diverse backgrounds in formal and informal settings. It also explains that technology can help teachers improve their effectiveness and continuously develop as professionals by enabling more connected, collaborative, informed teaching. It demonstrates ways that technology can help identify students' strengths and weaknesses in the course of learning so that educators can provide immediate feedback and targeted support to improve results. Tech-based assessments help home in on an individual student needs and drive continuous improvement in schools and districts. Our mission extends beyond even those worthy aims. Ultimately, isn't it our goal for technology-enabled personalized learning or any other method to develop inquisitive, creative, resourceful thinkers? Although as a parent, we don't always appreciate that as much. I'm a mother of a 17-year-old, quite creative. Isn't it to nurture informed citizens, effective problem solvers, groundbreaking pioneers, and visionary leaders? In order to achieve this, schools must be launchpads for exploration and invention. Reimagining education in these ways will enable us to meet students where they are and help them arrive where they want to go, to prepare them, as John Dewey suggested, for the realities of today and the possibilities of tomorrow. Now, let me throw out a few parting challenges. To the state directors, the education leaders, advocates, and partners in the room, as we explore all the wonderful new ways to enable this everywhere, all the time learning, let's make sure that the goal of personalization always drives our use of technology and not the other way around. Let's keep adding to our base of evidence about what works best for students so that we can help others adapt to these proven practices for their needs. And let's strive for even higher levels of achievement in the STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, because now more than ever, these are the tools that will equip students for our competitive economy and help them tackle the world's biggest problems. We need to foster new generations of STEM leaders and innovators so that their work can revitalize American enterprise and bring progress to every field of endeavor and uplift the human condition. To the students in the room, here are some challenges for you as well. Create more compelling assignments together with your teachers and share them nationally and globally. Find new ways to learn and push yourself to always be learning. Share your experiences with as many other students and families as you can and help them think boldly about their options and choose the best education fit for them so you can be learning ambassadors. At Mountain Heights, you're free to develop the adaptable, curious, creative, lifelong learners of the 21st century need you to be. So tell us what really works for students like you today, and then use your skills and talents to make our world better. And to everyone in the room, I want to thank you again for taking part in reimagining and reinventing education in America. Together, we can make sure that our schools, whatever their form or category, offer a world-class education. Together, we can make sure that our students, regardless of their background, aren't just ready for whatever the future holds, but ready to actively shape it. Now, with that, let's hear from the students. That's what we're here for. So thank you. So at this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Tonks up to start. Oh, you can do it from there? Okay, well, perfect. Well, thank you so much, and I'm ready to listen. Thanks.
Thank you.